Howdy folks, this is Jethro. Just wanted to come out today. Hadn't done a whole lot of videoing lately. I've been kind of preoccupied, but actually been working on a little bit of a build here. I got the final on my 1970 F100 from Moebius. Pretty happy with the way it came out. It's pretty much went box stock on this one, except the only things I did, the wheels and tires here, they came off of everything I put on here that was not from this kit was from the Firestone Superstones 1978 I think that's an F250 camper special is what that one is. But the wheels and tires, the roll bar in the back, and I put the push bumper on the front, all off of the Superstones truck. I just wanted to build this one kind of as a survivor, just an old classic old truck, kind of like something that Grandpa would have given to his grandson when he bought a new truck, and just his grandson just getting to drive and age and wanted to help him out a little bit, so give him a nice old first vehicle here. So spin it around, let you see. I put the optional rear step bumper. They had a regular bumper and a step bumper, but I've always used step bumpers on my pickup trucks, so that's what I put on this one. Came out pretty good. I weathered it some. I didn't want it to be a piece of junk. I wanted it to be a nice old, well-kept truck, but just aged a little bit, so did that. The only things I had kind of an issue with, and I don't know if it's my building that did it or if it's the kit, the bed and the cab don't really line up. They look like they're kind of high in the middle and kind of slope down a little bit. It's put onto the frame. I don't know if the frame got a little bit of a bow to it or if I didn't do something right building it. I don't know. But being that it's a weathered old truck, it actually fits right into the whole scheme and everything. The other thing is the hood. That's as good as I can get the hood to fit on there. Again, being a weathered old truck, that looks fine. If I was building a really nice truck, that would bother me. I don't know exactly how I would handle that. But that's as good as it goes on there, and it has nothing to locate it. So I'm gonna have to paint that little spot where I had my sprue glued on there to paint that up. But anyway, under the hood, I did do wiring. And I did do battery cables, and I also put a starter solenoid on there. Nobody ever includes that in the kits. They don't ever include that in the kit, but all the old Fords had the starter solenoid, starter relay on the fender well there, so I always feel obliged to include them on there, being an old Ford mechanic, so I got to put that on there. Pretty much a stock truck. I haven't weathered the engine. I need to get on that too, but the only thing that was done after the young man got it, of course, you're going to do a tune-up and get it all fixed up, and he put some Axle wires, and just for fun, he just put the Axle super coil on there. That one I got from Matt, MCV Products. That's one of his coil packages. He gets several different coils, and a few of them are super coils, and I picked that up from him at JaxCon earlier this year. It looks pretty good. It's a really nice rendition of the super coil. That super coil on this truck, it's got the 390 V8 on there with a point and condenser, so that big super coil would add a whopping 0 horsepower to this thing. But it looks cool, so it's well worth it. So we'll give them points for that. But yeah, it would do absolutely nothing for power. Points and condenser are only going to give you so much, and that's really not going to help. So we'll just go with that. But it looks cool on there. I just wanted to do something a little, what a teenager would do, and that's what I would have done when I was a teenager if I'd have got that. So nice little decal for the battery they put on there. It'll go on there, the Autolite battery. It's one thing we've come a long way on that kind of stuff. The decals and stuff, the detail things. The one on the air cleaner is really nice. That's 394 barrels, very authentic to what the real one is. Comes with a nice brake booster, master cylinder is very detailed, looks really good. They got a place there you can put, I'm just noticing that, where you can put heater hoses. I may work on that. I didn't even notice that when I was building it, but I'm looking at it here. But I'll probably drop some heater hoses in there and detail it out a little bit more. Interior, you can't see anything. I showed a little bit of the dash and stuff while I was building it, but there's nothing you can see. It's a very nice dash, very well detailed, very authentic to the original. Steering wheel, all of that's really done well. I put the West Coaster mirrors on there because the old farmer would have been hauling some trailers, so you gotta have the good mirrors on there. And underneath, I've weathered it some, but not very much. I still got more to do on that, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the final on it. This one may just be a shelf queen. It may end up at a model show like Jack's Con or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out when the time comes. We got a long way to go for that. Get my finger in the way there. Hello. Get that out of the way. But anyway, that's about it. And I'm filming it from a new location. This is my first filming done in the what's going to be the new workshop. I'm going to just kind of give you a panoramic of what it is. I got pegboards on the walls there for organizing tools and supplies. This side is going to be my model bench and my model supply stuff over here. Over to the other side over here is going to be my working on one-to-one stuff or whatever I'm doing, more dirty work and heavier duty. That's a lot heavier duty of a bench. And so I got some tools set up over there on the pegboards. This is far from done. I'm going to move this stuff around probably forever. I'll probably never be completely happy with it, but going around here, I got a nice little shelving unit here to just store some stuff. Again, that's not organized like I'd like it to be, but I'm still working on it. Move on down a little bit. I got my work tools that I brought in here when I retired. I had to have a place for my tools. That's why I bought this shed, turned it into a little bit of a workshop. There's another roll around cart that I used at work. My old original work toolbox that I replaced with that one, and I just brought it home and used it here for my stuff at home. Old cabinet. Over here we got a nice AC unit. You probably heard that in the background when I was sitting at the bench, but that makes it a lot more comfortable in here, especially in Florida. We'd have about 4 months out of the year I could use this without air conditioning. So I had to do that. Put up some insulation in the walls and the interior paneling. I did all of that. That's what I've been working on since I retired. I still got to do some work on the doors. They're a little beat up and I needed to insulate and do some interior paneling on that. And the back wall is not done. I was missing a few panels. I still got to go back to Lowe's, get some more insulation and some paneling. And the part of the roof up there needs to be finished up as well. So, and that's about it from here. Just wanted to come on and show you the final on my F100. It was a nice build, nice kit. Like I say, just those couple little issues that could have been me not getting the interior bucket in there right, because it did give me a little bit of grief right out of the windshield up there. I had to do some grinding up there to get it up into place, so I may not have done enough, and that may be why it's kind of hiked up in the back here and this is kind of hiked up here. So but anyway, I'm happy with it. It looks good. One of my few attempts at weathering, and I think it looks pretty decent. Looks kind of like an old truck, so that was kind of the goal. Like I said, I didn't want it to be a junker or something like that. It was just a nice old truck. So that's going to do it from here. I'm pushing 10 minutes, and that's longer than most of my videos. So I'm going to let y'all go, and I hope y'all are doing well. Y'all have a great rest of the week. I got some car shows coming up. This time of year is car show season for us. Second car show season in Florida. We got March, April, and May, and then we got September, October, and November. Those are our car show seasons here. So looking forward to getting the 48 out and going cruising around some car shows, and hope y'all are doing well, and we will catch you on the next one. This is Jethro, over and out.